Hello everyone, welcome back to another Mystery Gamer tutorial where today I'm going to be showing you guys some events in hopes to inspire you. In the last video, I showed you guys some maps to inspire you, but this is the second part and I am just going to show you some of these common events that are used in mini games such as the fishing event and the daylight system. As you can see, the time has changed, and along with a few other ones as well. Okay, so let's start with this daylight system. So depending on the keyboard and what your hotkeys are, I have it as F9. Well, FN, F9. And if I go to one of these, yes, S, so 81 through 90, you can see I can change it to like noon and turn night off. See? So now it's noon. And you can see up in this top left corner, there is a little sun. Now to do this, you go to your database, you go to comma events, and then you set up a string of events right here. So I have morning first, so that means that there needs to be an event that triggers the morning. After that, I have tint screen, which is set to these numbers. You guys might want it as different numbers, but it is this for me. And then it waits this many frames. And this is in the second tab. I also want to make sure it erases the picture from the time before. And then I turn morning off and it turns noon on, and so on. So you just kind of repeat this, and then once you get to late night, then it goes to turn late night off and goes back to morning, and it repeats all over again. But you need to make sure that something triggers morning or whatever time you want your game to start at. As for the pictures, these are the pictures. So basically what will happen is during morning, it will trigger the rising sun, and the rising sun is the picture, and it will erase all of the other pictures. So that is basically that. Okay guys, so let me show you the fishing system now. So we have these bubbles over here. If we click enter, it says fish here. It says I don't have a fishing rod. So what I need to do is go into the shop. Here we go. I think over here we have some invisible money. Yeah, there we go. We have that much. We have a lot. So then we can go to this guy. This is part of my game I'm making on my other series, so you may see some stuff from that. So I need to buy a fishing pole. We will get to the bait in just a second. The fishing rod. One fishing rod. Here we go. And then we go back out and go in here, fish here. Yeah, so now I can fish here. So sometimes I may catch a fish, sometimes I may not. So I have a little animation that shows, so it'll always have like a little waiting thing if it doesn't fish, or if it doesn't work. Let's see. Is it gonna work every single time? Okay, so we got fish there. Sometimes it doesn't work. We have a small chance. Yep, okay, so you obtain nothing. So that is basically it. And then, for bait, if we go back in, get some bait, five bait. We'll do 5 bait. So then if we go back out, go back over the dock. I messed up that animation there, so I need to fix that. Realize this game is still in testing. But, okay, so fish here, yes. Would you like to use the bait? Yes. So the bait has a higher chance of catching a fish. Of course. Of course, it says you obtain nothing. Okay, so if we go over to this event, this is the whole fishing system event. I know, it's a lot. So, first of all, you want to be able to create an item for the fishing rod and the bait. And here, I don't think I have anything that's like special or whatever. It's just a fishing rod and some bait. And then going back to the event, we have our text. So basically, if the party has a fishing rod, it'll do this and it'll ask if you want fish. If the person doesn't fish, it will say I don't have a fishing rod. So going back to if the person has the fishing rod, it'll roll 2 numbers. It'll roll the number between 1 and 10 for getting nothing, and then getting fish is random number from 1 to 20. For fish, it has to be a greater number than 10. If it picks a number between 11 and 20, then you will get fish. If it picks something less than 10, you will get nothing. And then the second page is the bait page. So it's basically copy and pasted, but if you have bait, then it will increase the numbers. So random, it picks a random number between 1 and 5. It took me a long time of trial and error and stuff, so you might just have to mess with it and do things your own way. But this is how I did it. Okay, so our last event is the fireplace event, or you could call it the sleeping / kitchen / saving event. So basically what I have here is a fireplace. So would you like to light the fire? Yes. So usually for this game, you would have to have like wood or whatever. For right now, I don't. So I just have it like this. And so if you then press it again, you can save, sleep, cook, or never mind. So if we go to save, we can then save, and just like that. And then if we go back in it, we could choose sleep. If we don't have a tent, then we can't sleep. And then we can cook. Right now, the cooking thing is still in experimental phases right now. So if we go and cook, it brings us to this map, and it basically allows us to craft stuff. So if we have like recipes or whatever, we can then be able to cook things or make drinks or potions or whatever. But again, this is still in experimental phases right now. So if we go over here, we have an imaginary tent for tutorial purposes. So see, then now we have a tent. And if we go back over here, then we can choose to sleep. Yes, I would like to sleep. So then a tent appears, and we're sleeping. We recovered 50% HP, and then it turns back to morning. So it's a good thing if like some of the shops in your game, like this game, are not open at night, and you just want to kind of reset the day. You can go to a fireplace and choose to sleep. And I believe, okay, I don't have it made so that the tent disappears. I don't know if I will do that, because at the same time, it is weird if you have the tent in the entire game, and it doesn't really serve a purpose if you can't buy another tent. I might have it where the tents are like really expensive, so that if you have to buy a tent for the entire game, it's worth a lot of money. So basically, if the party has a tent, it will have the frames go down and it will tent a little bit, and not that kind of tent. A tent, like, it changes the color of the screen, and it turns morning, noon, and night and late night off, and it keeps, I believe, yeah, it keeps the tent, and then it resets to morning afterwards, after it does the party HP stuff. And then you're able to move again after that. So it is a nice thing. I kind of just figured it out by myself. I will show you guys actually a very good event thing, and that is the conditional branch. I love the conditional branch because it's the if-then statements that can really help out your events and make them a little better. And if you're wondering why there's the tent here, that's because if you go and sleep, then it will appear this tent, and so I have it to switch tent on if it is on and it shows the picture. So I had to put them kind of all together in order to show the picture. Okay, so for our last tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to make movable bad guys. Now, they're not the normal video game like moving bad guys, because I haven't totally figured out how to do that, and some of the bad guys I make don't have sprites, and I don't feel like making sprites for everything right now. So I just have these glowing orbs that represent the enemies. So basically, and I also don't have armor right now, so I'm not going to be like fighting right now. But if you bump into one of them, or they bump into you, a enemy will appear, and you can fight them. And if you do fight them, the orb disappears. At least I think until the next day. I can't remember that. I will have to look. But if we escape, and it will sometimes do another enemy thing, or it will let you just kind of back out. So you basically just like back away from the orb if it allows you to escape. So let me show you how to do this. I also forgot to say that it is randomized too. And depending on the area in this game, depends on the enemies you will face. So basically, I have the random thing just like I did with fishing system. And if it picks a number or whatever, then a certain enemy will appear. So here you go. If the person wins, then it will go to this and the orb will be gone. It will be gone for 999 frames, supposedly. Sometimes something happens and I don't know, it might appear again. However, if you lose it, here we go, if you lose or escape, you will kind of like back out and it will still be there and kind of just keep it at the beginning, at least until you beat it. This took me quite a long time. It was a lot of if and then statements, and it took me a while. And again, because of the places, I think if you go to this map, I have different enemies here, I believe. So yeah, I have pixies and I have wolves here too, and yeah, and a bear. So usually you want the harder enemies to have a less of a number, so they're more rare to find, and have the more common ones. So for me, it's pixies. It's more common that these will appear. So kind of just like mess with that and see how you can make your own enemies. Again, if you don't feel like doing this, you can always make it have a random. I just always like to see my enemies. I don't like the little surprise. Well, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for this series. This series, I've been doing it since the beginning of my channel. And don't worry, Mystery Gamer tutorials are not over yet. We are going to be starting a new tutorial series very, very soon in the next month or so. So be tuned with that. But I hope I've helped you guys with RPG Maker MZ. Also, I'm still going to be doing the Let's Make a Game series on my Mystery Gamer Maker series. So you can still find a few tutorials on that as well. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Anyways, make sure to like, subscribe, and have a great day. See you next video.